Well, hey, I'm in the shop today with my good friend Keith Manny from Year One. How you doing, Keith?
I'm good, Dennis. How are you?
Always great to have you back, man, and all your bits and pieces here.
Right. I always bring parts.
You always bring parts. It's your thing, and it's your thing. Now, you guys have had all sorts of Mopar stuff for a long time. You got, but as always, you got new stuff and some new versions of some of your formerly new stuff. That's what this is. This is a Gen 3. We'll call it a Gen 3 Dash almost, right?
Right. Yeah. It's we've got like a mixture here. You know, old tried and true products that have been upgraded, and then some new stuff that's never been available before. So the dash pad here is a fine example of something that is third generation. Right now, we originally started doing Mopar dash pads, 7074 E bodies, you know, Barracudas and Challengers. We had to have the customer take their dash pad off and send it in to us.
Bring the whole thing.
The whole thing. Had to mail it in to us.
Because?
It had a steel core in it.
Oh, okay.
Right, that everything is made around. Right. So we needed that steel core in order to build a new dash pad for them. Well, you know, on these things, the VIN number's attached to the front of the dash and all that. We got a ton of VIN numbers in. I mean,
so you collect those now? Do you collect those?
We got a ton of them. Can interest you in a few. So then we changed things up. We decided we would make an ABS plastic core, so we didn't need the customer to send in their original, which would solve that problem with the VIN numbers. That worked out well. It had some longevity issues sometimes, you know, with a plastic core. That has led into this, which is
the Gen
third
3
generation, right?
Wow, okay.
And it also has a plastic core, but it's made in such a way that its longevity and final finished product should be much nicer. This is a very nice piece here.
Now this, I mean, so this baby's gonna have everything in the right place.
Right.
If I got speakers here, I got speakers there, all the cutouts and the defroster and stuff. Now, and the finish and everything too.
Exactly right.
Just like it's supposed to be.
Exactly right. Yeah, and you know, certain versions had the molded in emblem, like for the Challenger, for example, that on a 70 model. We have that. Some had molded in stitching. You know, so we have all those versions available. We have them available with air conditioning, you know, or with the speakers here, without the speakers. This is an actual prototype here, so you see rough cuts. The finished product will be a little bit nicer.
I mean, this is like hot off the presses.
Brand new.
Now, you made these guys for a while too.
That's the console. Those are about a year or so old. That one's for a 70 E-body automatic, but it's another good example of, you know, the big piece that kind of draws your eye when you open a car door, you know, dash pad, console. Those things are big no-brainers, we like to say. Seat covers are that way, for example.
But a lot of times you'd put those big pieces in because they were the eyesores, you know, cracks and all that. Put those in, and then all of a sudden your little pieces start showing up as not so nice. And you couldn't get the little pieces.
That's right. The devil's in the details, you know. And the Mopar guys in particular have had a hard time getting some of the little bits and pieces that, say, perhaps, you know, some of the other restorers, you know, could get. You know, if you look for like the interior of a Camaro, you can get virtually everything.
Oh yeah, they're making everything.
All the little trinkets, all the little knobs, the little die-cast pieces, you know, you've been able to get for a while. The Mopar guys haven't been able to get those things until now. They're all coming online now. We've got a ton of stuff. We've got lower dash trim here for 68 and 69 Mopars.
With the correct finishes.
With the correct finishes. Little plastic pieces like that are chrome plated that always look terrible, right? The little die cast pieces, the little pot metal chrome plated pieces like ignition lock bezels and a remote control mirror bezel, right?
Die cast?
It's all those little bits and pieces that look so bad when you get your new dash pad and your new console and seat covers and carpet and everything like that in there.
That sticks out.
All that stuff looks terrible. Gauges, another good example. You can get reproduction gauges now. So if you want, you know, you can have your originals rebuilt, of course, but if yours is in really bad shape, you can get reproductions now.
Cool wheel.
Tough steering wheel. You know, it's red's good TV color too. We brought that. We've had the tough wheel for a little while. The center cap, the horn button there, is a brand new reproduction piece. So it's just another example of how far we're going to try to get, you know, the Mopar interior up to speed.
And with all the proper detail, even the you know, the fake stitching in there. I mean, it's a plastic, hard plastic, but there's stitching. You know, you got your attention to detail.
No, this the devil's in the details.
The devil's in the details.
Yeah, and that's the key. What really separates a nice car from, you know, from an extraordinary car are the details.
Yeah. Well, hey, if you want to detail your Mopar, learn about any of these great things we talked about here from Year One, log on to myclassiccar.com. Actually, real die-cast. That's really cool, man.
For classic performance products, cruise over to the Speed Shop Mall at EggieSpeedShop.com.